Right, hi everyone. Right, let's just talk through the plasterboard and what I'm planning on doing in here. So these walls are single skin, the clay block, so thick. We want to put some sort of insulation in here. When I went to ACH, I wanted 20 mil because these are around about 24, 25 mil. I could have had 25 mil insulation, but looking at how rough these walls are, the insulation would probably stick out past when I bolt out of the wall. So 20 mil would be better. Gives me a little bit of play, so they don't stick out from the wall or out past the battens, and then you can't get the plasterboard on. So it was 20 mil I wanted. Went to ACH. We have used the, I can't remember the name of it, but it's the blue insulation, which they put up in the ceilings, and then plasterboard over there. Okay. From what they told me, they don't do 20 or 25 mil no more in it. They only start at 40 mil in the blue stuff. So after doing some research, I found that you can buy this white stuff. It's just like polystyrene back home, but you can get that in all different sizes. But they didn't have none of that. Trying to track this stuff down was murder. But when we went to the sawmill, like I just spoke about, I went online and I just found a supplier in like a local building merchant who was a supplier of it, and he had some there. So my plan is to put this 20 mil, if I just show you a minute, this 20 mil in between the battens like so. Okay, the batten goes on the wall. And I'll go in there, so there'll be a 5 mil gap. I'll probably use something, some fixals, some sticky stuff I got just to hold them in place. I might even not need it if I can put it in tight enough in between the battens. But if not, if it's loose, I'll just put a bit of sticky adhesive on there to stick them in. So that's the plan. But as the plasterboards are 2.5 meters and not 2.4, you can see them battens are 2.4 meters. So that's 2.4 to the ceiling basically, as far as we want to go. Remembering that this ceiling is going to probably be full of insulation down here. There'll be battens put somehow so I can plasterboard it. So the wall, or the ceiling, sorry, is going to come just below this point. And that point there is below that. So as long as the plasterboard goes up in there, this plasterboard will come down and meet that plasterboard and have a good finish. So if we know that's 2.4, I'm going to put, instead of, imagine this is the plasterboard sheet. Obviously it's not, but that's the size of it, and that's 2.5 meters. And we put it up there. We got to cut the top off on every one. If we turn it like that and put the plasterboard lengthways at 1.2, we've got 2.4 meters, which means no waste. Other than when we go around there, I just got to cut a little bit around. So I'm going to put the plasterboards, what would that be, horizontally on this wall, lengthways, and another one there. And just take a little chunk out to go around there, so I'll have no waste. When I come to this side, I can still do it horizontally, I can do it vertically. We'll have a look when I get there. So that's my plans for today. I'm going to be screwing into the wall here. Also what I found out here, these clay blocks are all up. So what you need to find is what we call the perp. Now the perp is the part where the cement goes in. And I'm going to find the perp and I'll be putting a drill and screw plug into the perp, not into the block. Because you'll go through and just find it all out and you won't get any fixings. So we're going to find the perp, which you can just about see. I don't know why they put this on. I'm guessing they just throw cement on so it's very sticky, ready for it to be plastered, rendered, whatever. So we just look for the perps, and that's where I will be drilling and plugging. And then we just plasterboard to that. 10-4 for a copy over. There we are then everybody. So we're going to be putting the plasterboards horizontally. These walls, I gotta be honest, are absolutely miles out. Bowed, hard to put a level on. The level I'm using isn't quite long enough, but I'm going to make do. So I've just put the tape measure up against that back wall, and we're going to come out 2.5 meters. And let's just put a mark there on the floor, like so. We know we're going to have a batten on that wall there, which I'll have to cut because that is in the way. So that's going to go there, and there'll be one full board coming across to here. So I'll just put that in there. Now I put the tape measures tight on the wall. There's a lot of compo down in the corner, which is in the way. This board doesn't have to go as tight to this as you think. You've got a good inch and a quarter gap if you want to, because this batten is going to be going on the wall there and plasterboard there. So that area in there, a good inch to inch and a half. You've got a bit of leeway. You won't go put it skin tight. So let's just find my hand saw, or my chop saw. Let's get my chop saw. Okay, so we need to cut that. Right. That the camera's picking me up there. Let's move the camera. Okay, so like I said just previously, we're looking for the perps, that part of the block, and we need the level on there, and we're just going to do that. So it is a level. There's a lot of cement flung up the top there. And now I cannot find, yes I can see my pencil mark. There's my 2.5. Where is the perp? There is one there. So we're going to drill in there. We're going to check this for level a second. Actually that ain't bad. If there's a couple of mil out, that's all it is. Now it looks as if it needs to go in a little bit at the bottom. Now I can see it, there's a big snob of concrete there, which is stopping it going in just that slight bit. There we are, just scratch that off. Struggling to find my pencil on the floor. It's so dusty. Oh no, I can see it now. I go down here. You're going to put your level on the side. These battens are not as straight as mine. They're like an assock. seems pretty good there. That ain't bad. Yeah, my level's holding that. That seems to be the perp. What's wrong with this? Still okay, it haven't moved. You've seen how easy that just went in. So I don't know if that found it hollow or where she'll ever go. I'm using a 7mm SDS bit with brown plugs from back home and 50mm screws. There we go. Let's check for level again. It's fine. I'm just going to show you something, the state of these walls. I don't know if this is going to pick it up. You can see the gap. Obviously this will pull in here. Let's just put the level on. See, we ain't barred for level here. We'll go in a bit at the bottom. There might be a bit of a snob behind there, which I'll take out and then it'll go in a bit further. So let's take the snob out. Let's put the camera down a second. There we go. See how that goes in there better. Let's put the level on. You getting far away. Couple of mil out. That will do. That will do. That's good enough. I don't know if the camera is picking that up, but that's level there. So that's what we need to do on every one. There will be probably that we'll need to pack out in different areas, or just take a little bit of the, I don't know what they call this, like a rough coat of render. Might have to chisel some of that out just to get the battens on the wall better. Right, so let's look for this perp. And the perp seems to be just about there. Okay, double check now. That felt better than the last one. go. 3 screws will be enough, so we've got one at the top, one at the bottom. We want somewhere in the middle where we can find the perp. Now, let's find in one. That seems to be good there. I'm going to put it in the bottom one because it's touching the wall on the next perp, which is there. Okay, and that's more central. Yep, definitely in the perp then. Okay, so brown plug, 50mm screw. There we go, solid. Okay, so I'm going to carry on that across here. We'll probably put one central, one on the end, and then, in fact, let's work it out. Let's work it out with the size of these. These are 50. So ideally, we put one like that. Let's see how this works out. One in the middle, 5 pieces ideally, so it's not. Okay, so we've got the battens on the wall. There they are. They're level-ish. You can see the state of some of the walls, like so. And in here we put the odd wedge and things like this. Got them as level as I can get them. The level I'm using is not the tallest. I've got a big, massive 6'1" backbone, which is better to put on. But you know, it's only taking plasterboard, so it's only got to be rough. Get it as level as we can. The battens are like S-hooks, they're all bent and things, but as long as the plasterboard, well, on this end, this one is more the important one because the plasterboard will finish half on it. 1 second. Imagine this is plasterboard, so this will come in half there, like so. So you want that one as level and as straight as possible because the two boards will be coming on there. You don't want it going out because all of a sudden the plasterboard might miss. So that's the important one. That's going to come across. I put this one on here just to show you something. Like I said, this one, when we put it on, can be sent through to about by here. There, it's not important because the next piece will be there. So I just put 2 pieces of this there to duplicate it. So that one, I think the 2.5, I'm not sending it all the way across to touch that. It's going to come to a roundabout for there, like so. So I can place that roughly there. And then this plasterboard will come over and close the gap. So it'll look like that. So it doesn't have to go tight in there. So I've just put that batten on the wall there. It's been a bit of a nightmare. As you can see down the bottom, I've had to chisel out to the wall because the wall just bowed so in at the bottom. It was a nightmare. But we'll get, we'll stick some of this in there now. What I'm using, I bought some of this out here. I think I used this to stick in some of the skirting boards on, and this wasn't very good. There was a Seeker one out here which I used, which was very good. I had loads of this back home, which I brought out, which we know is good. This stuff, I ate it. But this will be fine for sticking the polystyrene on there, and that's what I'm going to use so they just don't fall out. If they would, you could probably put a piece in, you don't have to stick it, I've just got that, and it's probably going to go off before I use it. So I'll put a bit of sticky on there, stick it in. By the time you cut a piece in there and wedge it in, it would stay there. But I'm going to use a bit of sticky stuff on there anyway. And then obviously the plasterboard will come in and hold it there. So I'll put them back onto time lapse. I'll stick a bit of that, we'll get the plasterboard in and we'll have a look. 10-4.